Sometimes you'll be looking for someone and there'll be two or more people whose records you find hard to separate. In that case, take notes on all of the records and then sort them. Highlight the identifying information: who they married, their parents' names, the street they live on, their birthday, and use that information to separate the records into different headings. I put the identifiers right into the heading, so it's easy to tell which is which. This one is close in age, but a lot has changed in 10 years, so I'm not even sure this is my great-great-uncle John. He was married to Gussie in 1930, and this one is married to Sarah. My relative is a piano maker, and this one works in a sewing factory. But this is how I know it's not him. This John Cassio's father, his father Joseph, is alive in 1940. Every record of Angelina Grozaffi that I've found starting in 1901 calls her a widow, and he has never appeared in any records with the family. So I'm pretty confident that this is a different John Cassio. However, I can see him being easily confused with my relative. There are many records that don't give as much information as these census records, but which would still be useful for placing my subject, like an appearance in a city directory. I want to be able to tell which John is which for as many of those records as I can, so that I can confidently attach them to my great-great-uncle's profile, and with equal confidence associate other records with their subjects, so that I can say, no, I'm sure that record's not my relative's because it belongs to this other person whose story I can tell you, and make a case for why it fits into this other John Cassio's narrative and not my twice great uncle's. What I'll often do in a case like this is I'll look for more records that match these two profiles. Every record that I'm sure belongs to my subject, and every record that matches the details of the John Cassio in the 1940 census in this case, and I'll put them both into my notes. And in addition to matches on my twice great uncle, I'm also going to search for records for a John Cassio born around 1897 in Italy, who's married to Sarah and has children named Rosita and Stephen, and whose father is living in 1940 and therefore should also appear in the 1930 census, 1920, and so on going backwards, and whose father is also named Joseph. And so any information that distinguishes these two men named John Cassio, who are so close in age, is critical. The names of their children, their wives, their siblings, in this case their mother's names, are probably very important since their fathers have the same name. If I can find this other John's birth date on his draft card or death record, that will help distinguish them. And I would add this to my open issues. It's a research task, and also a warning for future researchers, or for myself, if I come back to this sometime later. And so I'll make a note to myself. Note that there are these two John Cassios who are close in age, and they're both sons of Joseph, and they're both living in New York City at the same time. And the differences between them are that my subject is married to Gussie, but the other John is married to Sarah, and the other John is a shirt factory worker, and his father Joseph is alive in 1940. But my John is a piano maker, and his father died before 1901.